Continuing today, the rest of the letter of the Rebbe from Chof Alf Menachem of Tavshin Chof Ches, where the Rebbe explains the depth of the words of the Rambam, the oimik of the words of the Rambam, and the oimik of the Shita, of what is Chalta de Gul and what is not, and that it goes by what is the cause of galus, what created the galus, and what is going to take away the galus is the way we're going to take away the siba, the galus, which was through the whole idea of galus was created. The whole galus was created through not doing Torah mitzvahs, through doing Avedis, that created galus. And through being connected to Torah and mitzvahs, this is mevatel galus. And this is the oimik of the words of the Rambam, that what is Mashiach? He's a melech mebeis David hegel by Torah basic mitzvahs, and he's going to force all the Yid and Yaakov called Yisrael leilach balachazik bitka. What's the Rambam saying over here? That through Torah and mitzvahs, that's what Malach HaMashiach is doing to be mevatel the galus. So if any event is not bringing a Yisuf and Torah and mitzvahs, you know that this has nothing to do with the Geula or Eschalta the Geula in any way, or even Achana for the Geula. Then the Rebbe pointed out the order of the words of the Rambam. What is Mashiach going to do in what order? And that Stavka Melech HaMashiach is going to do it. Now the Rebbe brings, and the Rebbe says that all the poskim agree to the Rambam, the Kesef Mishnah, which is the basis of the Rosh Hashanah, does not disagree with the Rambam regarding this psak in what is Geula, Torah, and mitzvahs, and how do we get to Geula through Shleimus HaTorah v'ha-mitzvahs. Now the Rebbe mentions, l'cha'ira, there are other Gemaris, there are other Midrashim, that from them it seems that maybe there is a different way the Geula can come, and different things that can make a Geula, and like the Rebbe is coming maybe to mention also, there's a sefer from the Menachem Kasher at Kufa Gdela, where there he brings many Gemaras and Midrashim and Mevarei Chazal that explain, which maybe is a type of a source for the other opinions that there is a Eschal to the Geula. So the Rebbe first of all points out that in every Indian you have to go to that Indian the way it's according to Halacha. Now let's see what the Rebbe mentions regarding this concept. Kamuvan sheyeshnam drashes v'hityachsuyois v'remazim shoynim l'tkufa shel ha'geula ba'agado v'medrish v'chulu. Sure that there are different types of sayings and certain types of mentioning and hints, different types of remazim for the period of the redemption, for the geula in Agadis and in Medrash and v'chulu. All of this is just drashes. This is all just certain things that are not negel l'maisav. There are nice different types of things that you could say, nice ideas, nice concepts, but these are not things that affect in any way or matter halacha l'maisa in the actual halachic ruling, the way you act with Payal Mamish. What is good according to the halacha l'maisa? That's tafke in the Rambam. Like the Rebbe continues, that afilu v'halacha anu meitzim atchala machlekes al neisim shedim, and even in halacha itself, we find sometimes in the beginning there's certain machlekes, certain disputes on certain topics, the Mishnah, the Gemara, the Mishnah, the Gemara, how should you act in a specific case. So yes, there's different opinions back and forth. Yes, there can be in the beginning different opinions. A guy says you should act like this, a different opinion says you should act a different way. There's things that come even before that are not even talking about Lamais, they're talking about Medrash. But even when you're talking in the halachic world, you want to know how to act with Payal Mamish, and there you can have machlekes. In the Gemara and in the Mishnah, how should you act like this? Should you act like this? But when could you go back and forth with that? So before you agree and you make the achlata, you make the bottom line, you see this is the way you should act. Once you come to the resolution and the conclusion, the bottom resolution, and this you say this is the halacha, this is the psak din, everyone agrees that this is the way you should act, You're going to go to Beit Shammai and you're going to ask him, now how should I act? He's going to tell you, you should act like Beis Hillel. Because the halacha is the way Beis Hillel said to act. So too, even if you're going to go to all of those, all these Gemaras and all these Medrashim, and all these Tanoim and Amiroim and Leil Yisrael, in the previous generations, that from the Tanoim and Amiroim, etc., and you're going to ask them, how is the Geula going to come? What's going to make us Chal the Geula? What are they going to answer you? Look in the Rambam. Look in the way the concept that is brought down, the way, what's the conclusion? What did they decide in the end of the day? That's the way it's in the Rambam. And the Rebbe says, so what is the Pesach and what is the way? That we have to know that this is the way the Geula is going to come, and there's no one disagreeing. Everyone agrees that this is the way the Geula is taken to take place. From the above mentioned halachic ruling of the Rambam is clear. Opinion Ubniyas Beis Hamidrash b'mkayim tzarich eliyis chazara meleya mushlemes l'teiro mitzvahs ksheyehudim nimtzayim adayin begalus v'zuhi ha'hakdama v'ha'achona la'geulah. From the above mentioned ruling of the Rambam is clear that prior to the ingathering of the exiles, before Kibbutz Goliath starts, and before Binyan Beis Hamikdash in its place that happens before Kibbutz Goliath, even before that, you need this, that all the Jewish people will completely return to Torah and mitzvahs. Chazara meleyu mushlemes, a complete return to Torah and mitzvahs when the Yidden are still in galus. Before you could talk to me about the Schal to the Geula, you need to have all the Jewish people returned to Torah and mitzvahs. And this, that the Yidden will become frum in the fulfillment of Torah and mitzvahs when they are still in galus. This is the preparation, this is the introduction, this is the way we will come and repeat ourselves in the world, and this is going to make the possibility for the next stages to take place of the Geula itself. אני מודע לכך שישנם רבים שברצונם לסמוך על אמירה כזו שהיא אחרת של חכמינו. The Rebbe says, I know that there are many of those that would like to rely on this type of saying or a different type of saying from our sages, from Masechah Sanhedrin, what it says in Tractate Sanhedrin in Gemara, or in Yerushalmi, in Masechah Brachos, and all the type of stuff. In order to use those sayings of Chazal as the source for their view, for their train of thought, for their opinion. But the Rebbe says, what's wrong with that? The Rebbe says, I was always wondering from the lack of going in the right way from these type of people. There's something wrong in such an opinion to rely on all these other Gemaras and Medrashim and to ignore the Rambam. It is certain that for sure the Rambam knew all these Maimara Chazal that's in Gemara, in all of these Gemaras and in all of these Medrashim. And in Yerushalmi, the Rambam knew it. And the Rambam understood it good and well. The Rambam understood these Gemaras and Mavari Chazal at least as good as they understood it. You think they were smarter than the Rambam? The people now are smarter than the Rambam? No. The Rambam at least understood it the way you understood it, the way these people understood it, the Rebbe says. And nevertheless, the Rambam did not come to the conclusion that they are coming to. The Rambam knew it, and the Rambam not come to this conclusion. So you're saying that you're smarter than the Rambam? That's what the Rebbe is saying over here. What's so not straight and clear, how these people are not going on a straight path, is that these people, they themselves are the hold of the Rambam, and they're medayik. They're learning the Rambam and showing how every word and letter in the Rambam is so precise, and they're the Rambam is so exact, and they're trying, and they hold of the Rambam as a good source. But all of a sudden, when it comes to this topic and concept, they're ignoring the Rambam. They will learn that Rambam with great honor and respect, and they accept that Rambam as the great authority. When it gets to this psak din, all of a sudden, this clear, straight out psak din of the Rambam, they're just being ma'alem ayin from it. They're making as if they don't know that exists. So these people hold to the Rambam in every other topic. In other topics, they learn the Rambam. They make shvarim on the Rambam. They're medaik in the Rambam. But all of a sudden you say, but the Rambam says that the Kula has to come through Malach HaMashiach. So you didn't need to do Torah and mitzvahs before there's Chal to the Kula. Kibbutz Galus is going to happen, and then after Binin Beis HaMikdash, all of a sudden they don't see this Rambam. They have some other Gemara and Medrash, which the Rambam, the one the Rambam didn't hold like it. The Rambam says the halacha is not like that. How could you ignore halacha? How could you ignore the Rambam? How can you push it away when you yourself know the Rambam and learn the Rambam and hold the Rambam and medaik in the Rambam and explain the depths of the Rambam? So the Rebbe says, the reason I'm writing in length, in a specific type of a length, in length, to a certain extent, as an answer to your letter, the Rebbe says, even though speaking this thing in length is considered very short in regards to this specific topic, he she's a pashut koyei his bainen at kama daigish al anoshim musayamim hamiskavenim leteva inenu bimkaima. The Rebbe says another reason why is he writing about this is because it hurts the Rebbe. The Rebbe is saying it hurts me to think about this, how much these people are, they're how much these people that mean well are making such a massive mistake, and they're learning, they're acting wrong. They're worried and they're putting all their energy in something unnecessary when they could use that energy and put it in something else that is necessary. So it was Zokin, Ish ve Isha, Yagdishu es Atzma Melev Sholem Lahafchis, Abeseif Shal Davar Levatel, as I gave it Mishavius Agolus, Tahaino, Mipnei Chatenu Galinu Maratzenu, Ablashochan Arach Shav Bebir Mahim Achatoy Melu, Yashnam Yehudim, Im Gavonis Tevis, the Lay Suffolk, Shamishtamshim Bachol Mertzam, Ashma Awesome, Lim to Kolminim, Tsoy Midrachim, Shalom Tsoys, Beniadam Navi Yasim Agolus. The Rebbe says, instead of every single person, young and old, man and woman, should devote themselves with their full heart to this idea to minimize, and in the end of the day, to take away totally the cause of the galus through doing what? What's the cause of the galus? Because of our sins, we went into galus. So take your energy and throw yourself into this to take away the sins that made the galus. Shulchan Aruch says exactly which sins made the galus. So put your energy in taking away the sins that created the galus. And that will end, in the end of the day, take away the galus also. But instead of doing that, what are they doing? They're forgetting about the ikr. They're forgetting about what made the galus, and they're putting all their energy into all new man ideas to take away, to end the galus. Instead of doing it the smart way, they're doing it in a very not productive. They're wasting their time. People are wasting their time in the way they think they're going to bring the gula. How are we in galus to begin with? This is because of our avedos. Not because of any power. Not because of some king that won over us. No. It's our Yidden were not connected to Torah and mitzvahs. That made the galus. How will we bring the gula? To connect Torah and mitzvahs. To make Yidden be connected to Torah and mitzvahs. That is the way we're going to bring the gula. So instead of people emphasizing on the main thing, on the ikr, what are they doing? They're wasting their time with hamtzaot b'nei adam, lohavi yasim hagalus. They're emphasizing their time with new, made-up ideas to think that this is the way they're going to end the galus when they're not going to be successful. The only way we're going to take away the galus is through focusing on the cause, to take away the cause of the galus, and that's going to take away the effect, and that's going to make Mashiach come. not through trying to do new ideas to go to Eretz Yisrael to make some type of a Sanhedrin and all that stuff. No, emphasize on what caused the galus and take away the cause of the galus, and that's going to bring about the geula. This hurts me, the Rebbe says, even more in a doubled way. Ki, first of all, the Rebbe says this is very severe to fool Jewish people. It's a very bad thing to fool people, okay, to fool Jewish people and make them feel that there's a way you can bring the Geula different than the way the Eibishter decided that the way the Geula is going to come. The Eibishter decided there's a specific way the Geula is going to take place. And that way the Eibishter said in the Torah. And it's wrong to fool people that there's a different way you can make this Geula take place. V'sheinis, kasher asukim bedrachim ve'emtsoim acherim benisoyin chsar teyelis l'sayim es hagalus hem einam yacholim lisasek b'miluam b'melchama ha'amitis neged hagalus b'monachim shel psak din harambam. Another thing that Rebbe says, when people are busy with other ways that are there's no way that you're going to get out of it anything. There's no teyelis. When people are busy with ways that are not productive at all to bring the Geula, nothing's going to happen because you're doing something that's not going to be productive. The Geula, the Eibishter said the way the Geula is going to come. You're doing made-up ways that are not productive. What's going to end up happening? You're wasting your time instead of taking that time and putting it into doing the things that are really going to end the galus. You could use out your time in doing things that are going to make the Geula come for real. And instead of doing that, what are you doing? You're wasting your time with doing stuff made up ideas that are not going to make anything take place. The cannot fight in a complete way against the things that the way the Rambam says that the way how do we get rid of the galus through doing the way the Rambam says to fight against Chatoinu. Yaakov kol Yisrael leilach val chazik bitka. The Rebbe ends off Yitir Hashem Yisbarech shekol echad meyitanu v'kulanu b'sechlal Yisrael yikabel hashro amitis mishamayim v'leches b'derech ha'toira l'sakenas bitka. Hashem should give that every one of us and all of us within Klal Yisrael should get the right understanding from Shamayim. The Eibishter should send a spirit from heaven that people should go in the ways of Torah and mitzvahs to fix the cracks of Yiddishkeit. Shezehu ma sheyochen es haderech k'nei shemashiach yasim es kol hatanoim hamuchrachim la'avis ha'geula ha'mitzvah ha'shleima. That through that every single person will give everyone the right understanding, that everyone should understand what is galus, what is geula, why are we in galus, how do we get into galus, and that's through not doing Torah and mitzvahs, and through being connected to Torah and mitzvahs. That's the way the geula is going to come, and people are going to understand this and put themselves into the ikir way to end the galus, not with all these new fake made up ways, rather the ways that Torah said, the Eibishter said. This is going to make that we will finish off all the necessary things that Mashiach should come, and this will pave the path for Mashiach to come, and Mashiach will complete the job to make all the Eden go into Torah mitzvahs in the fullest extent. When we start going to Torah mitzvahs, it makes it easier for Mashiach to do his part, and this will bring the true and ultimate redemption, the redemption that will be for every single Jew, and the redemption that will last forever and ever. May this take place very speedily in our days, and B'ezras Hashem today, and in the day itself. It should happen right now, within this hour, and within this minute, and within this second. Take of Miyad Mamish.